Hello and welcome to this 10-minute full body Pilates class using just our own body weight. Let's get straight into it. Finding yourself a comfortable position, just seated. Hands are resting on our knees, and we're going to take a deep inhale, just opening through the chest, looking up towards the ceiling, arching through the spine. And exhale, let's tuck the chin towards the chest, C-shape through the spine, pulling ourselves away from our knees. Let's do one more either way. Inhale, opening through the chest, rolling those shoulders down. Exhale, chin towards the chest, we're C-shaping through the spine, letting those shoulder blades come apart. And let's come back up to sitting upright. Dropping the ear towards our shoulder, and then just rolling our chin down, opening up to the other side, and again dropping that chin down and coming up to sitting. Beautiful. Let's lie down on our back. So we're lying down, feet are hip distance apart. We have our nice neutral spine, so a little gap between our lumbar spine and the mat. And our hips and our pubic bone are in line, nice and even. Let's just start off with a pelvic tilt. So as we exhale, we're pressing that lumbar spine into the mat, squeezing through that lower part of the core. Exhale, releasing back into that neutral spine position. Inhale, pressing into that imprinted spine. And then releasing back to neutral. Let's just try a couple more like that, using that lower part of your core to control your movement. Beautiful. Coming back into our neutral position, starting off with just a set of our ab curls. So hands behind the head, elbows are nice and wide, and we're really relaxing our head into those hands. Deep inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we're curling through our spine, squeezing through the core to bring our chest towards our thighs. Inhale, we're releasing all the way back down. Let's go for 8. Nice and slow. Elbows are wide, leading from that chest. 6, 5, 4, 3 more. 2. We're going to hold up on this last one, and we are pulsing up and down an inch in that last part of the movement. We have 6 more. 5, 4, 3. So even our last little pulse, we can come up as high as we can, and then releasing all the way back down. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, we are curling up, and we are twisting, reaching that right arm on the diagonal, and we are pulsing to twist for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. Final squeeze and twist. Let's come to the other side. Hand comes behind the head. We are twisting, releasing that left arm to the outside of our right leg. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. Last one, we're coming through the center. Can we take an inhale? As we exhale, we're pulsing our chest up 1 more inch, and then we're releasing all the way back down. Let's take a rest here. Take a breath. Next exercise, starting off nice and easy. We're going to imprint that lower part of our spine and bring our legs into tabletop. So really focus on that lumbar spine being pressed into the mat. We're going to use our core to slowly peel our spine off the mat. Knees come towards our chest. Then we're going to exhale, melt that spine back onto the mat, and then extend those legs out long, making sure that lumbar spine is pressed into the mat as our legs are lengthened. So we're curling back and then pressing through the spine, lengthening those legs out long. If you want to make it more challenging, lower those legs closer down towards the mat. A little bit easier on that core, lifting them higher. Let's try 2 more just like that. See how you go. Last one. Now you can continue with this variation if you want to make it a little bit trickier. We're curling back as we slowly lower down through our spine and extend the legs. We're curling up with that chest in our ab curl. And then rolling back, head touches back onto the mat, and then peeling it off. Whichever your variation, let's try for 8 more. 7. Using that breath. 6, elbows are wide. This one is not easy. Using your core for that control. We have 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Can we roll? Lengthen those legs out long, whether your head is off the mat or on the mat. Can we pulse those legs up an inch and down an inch just to finish for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hug those knees into the chest and have a rest, just turning that head side to side. And you can rock your body side to side, just massaging the spine into the floor. Beautiful. Keeping a hold of that right leg, we're going to extend our left leg out long and hug ourselves up into a little ball. As we exhale, we're going to swap knees, pulling our chest a little bit higher. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keeping yourself in as high a ab curl as you can. If you want to make that a little bit more challenging, let's bring those hands behind the head. As we bend one knee, we're twisting opposite elbow to the outside of our bent knee. Let's try for 16, 15, 14. If that gets too much, just come back to that first variation. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5 more, 3, 2, last one. And let's take a breath, have a rest, just rocking yourself side to side. Beautiful. Let's give our core a little bit of a rest and focus a bit more onto our glutes. So we're stepping our feet back into our starting position, so feet hip distance apart. We have our neutral spine position and just resting those arms to the side of our hips. Coming into our pelvic curl. Deep inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we're tucking that pelvis under, lifting those hips up, and we're feeling one vertebrae at a time lifting off the mat. Still thinking about that rib to hip connection. We're nice and strong and short through the core, and we're just resting between those shoulder blades. Taking a deep inhale at the top, and as we exhale, we're melting down and try and feel one vertebrae at a time touching the mat all the way down, back to our neutral position. Beautiful. Let's take 3 more slow rolls up and down together. Deep inhale and exhale. We are melting down. We have 2 more. Enjoy this articulation through the spine. 1 more. We're going to hold up on this last one. From here, we're going to drop those hips just a couple of inches and lift them back up, squeezing through the glutes, pressing through the heels. Let's pulse for 16, 15, 14, 13, squeezing through those glutes, still thinking about that rib to hip connection. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 3. We're going to hold those hips up on this last one. Now imagine you're separating your hips. We're going to twist through our hips, leave our right hip lifted. We're going to drop our left hip down like you want to touch that left butt cheek onto the mat, and then lift them both up, and then we're twisting to the other side. So you might get some popping and cracking here, just opening up through those hips, still squeezing through the waist, trying to separate those hips while we're keeping those knees as steady as possible. Let's go 1 more to either side and coming back up to our pelvic curl position. Still relaxing through that neck. We're going to squeeze those knees together and then open them out just a little bit wider than those hips. Let's go for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3. We have 2 more. Last one. Let's come back to our standard pelvic curl position. Now you have an option here to extend those arms up towards the ceiling. A little bit more challenging. If that's too much, you can keep your arms to your side on the mat for support. Now we're going to drop our tailbone straight down, so no roll, just straight down, tapping the mat with our tailbone, lifting straight up. Let's go for 16, 15, glutes are starting to burn now, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, almost there, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're lifting those hips up. We're going to press those palms down. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, we are melting down one vertebrae at a time, all the way back to our neutral position. Let's give those legs a quick little hug, rocking side to side. We do have one more set in our pelvic curl position. So we'll just take a quick breather here. Let's come back into our starting position. Neutral spine, arms are rest to the side, no tension in that neck. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, we're tucking the pelvis under. We are rolling up, squeezing through the waist. We're going to lift that right leg into our tabletop position. So we're grounding down through that left heel, extending the right toe up towards the ceiling. Now we're pulsing, just dropping the hips and lifting them back up like you want to drive the toe up towards the ceiling, pressing through that left glute. Let's go for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Really feeling that burn through that left glute now. 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3. Last one, we're going to keep it lifted up. We're crossing that right ankle over the left knee. We're turning that knee out. From here, we're going to melt down through the spine and then hug our arms through, holding onto that left hamstring, bringing those legs in towards the chest, coming into our figure 4 glute stretch. If you want a little bit more through that left side, just extend that left leg up, flexing the foot, and we'll get that stretch down the back of the left leg as well. Let's take 3 really nice deep breaths here. On that exhale, really releasing into this stretch. One more breath. And let's release. Coming back to our starting position for our other side. So resting those arms down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, tucking the pelvis under. We are rolling up. Squeezing through the waist, grounding down through that right heel. We're going to lift that left leg to tabletop and extend that leg up long. And let's pulse. Couple of inches either way, driving that left toe up to the ceiling. 4, 5, 6. We have 8 more here. 7, 5, 3. Last one, we're driving that toe up. Crossing the left ankle over the right knee, turning that knee out. Let's take an inhale and exhale. We are melting down, and let's hug that right leg into the chest. Option to extend that leg long, flex the foot. We have our 4 breaths here. Final breath. And release. We're going to keep our imprinted spine position and bring our legs into a tabletop position. Really try to feel that 90-degree angle of the legs. We're going to try and hold that shape. And our arms are coming out to the side like a T. Palms are facing up. We're taking a deep inhale through the nose. As we lower those legs over to one side, keeping that shape, we turn our head away from our knees and press that opposite shoulder into the mat. Exhale, we're bringing those legs back up to the center. Inhale, we're over to the other side. Exhale, we're coming back up to the center. Beautiful. And then keep going there if you can. Feel as though you're driving that top knee a little bit further over the bottom knee. Just getting a little bit more out of that twist. Let's take 1 more to either side. Coming back to the center. Let's drop those feet down and we're going to lengthen those legs out long, arms out long over the body. Little challenge here. Deep inhale through the nose. See, as we exhale, we can come all the way up to sitting. See how you go. Beautiful. So for that one, just experimenting. It's a coordination of a deep exhale as we squeeze through the core, pulling ourselves up. Beautiful. We're going to come onto our knees. If it's not comfortable for you to sit bottom on heels, just sit cross-legged or have your legs out in front. It doesn't really matter as long as you can just have a nice straight spine. We're going to press our palms, forearms and elbows together. As we exhale, we're driving those fingers up towards the ceiling. Inhale, we're bringing them back down. Let's go for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. On our last one, we're going to hold those fingertips as high as we can. We're going to pulse just 1 inch either way in that last part of the movement. With each pulse, trying to squeeze those arms, elbows, palms together. 6, 7, 8. We are almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Beautiful. On our last one, give it the biggest squeeze that you have and release. Give those arms a shake. When you're ready, let's just come onto our hands and our feet, dropping our body over our legs, hanging nice and heavy here. And let's just take a few breaths, gently swaying side to side. And you can nod that head to say yes, or shake it to say no. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. And as we exhale, we're rolling up. Rebuild the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. Give those shoulders a nice roll open, and we are all done. Thank you so much for joining me. We may have done a little bit more than 10 minutes, but I hope it was still enjoyable, and I will see you for the next class.